Taehyung was visibly bored before Jungkook's arrival, spending a considerable amount of time on his mobile phone. This behavior changed completely the moment Jungkook appeared. The transformation in Taehyung's mood was immediate and noticeable, demonstrating how Jungkook's presence has a direct and positive effect on him. This pattern of behavior has been consistently observed on multiple occasions, where Taehyung displays a completely different attitude when Jungkook is by his side. The connection between them is evident, manifesting through clear changes in their facial expressions and body language, especially noticeable at the moment of their reunion. Their choice of attire that day was particularly significant. Taehyung and Jungkook wore outfits that perfectly complemented each other, creating a visual image that evoked that of a well-established couple. This coordination was not accidental, but rather another example of the harmony that exists between them. This way of presenting themselves to the public speaks of a mutual understanding that goes beyond the professional, showing how even in seemingly minor details like clothing, their connection is naturally and spontaneously present. When Jungkook approached Taehyung, the latter's reaction was revealing. His gaze intensified, and his body language changed completely, showing his total focus on Jungkook. At that moment, Taehyung made a characteristic gesture. He licked his lips as he watched Jungkook approach. This involuntary movement is a clear physical response to the other person's presence, indicating a level of attraction and comfort that is expressed without words. Those who witnessed this moment could see how all of Taehyung's energy was redirected toward Jungkook, creating an atmosphere of intimacy evident even to outside observers. The physical interaction between them was particularly significant. Taehyung drew Jungkook close, leaving very little space between their bodies. In the midst of this interaction, Taehyung uttered the word pa, which means kiss in Korean. Jungkook's reaction to this comment was immediate and revealing, showing a mixture of surprise and acceptance that demonstrates the comfort they share in these kinds of exchanges. This moment perfectly captures the dynamic of their relationship, where they can express affection directly and without hesitation. The emotional tension between Taehyung and Jungkook during this encounter was very clear. Their gazes met with an intensity that transcended the purely platonic, revealing an evident mutual desire. Despite being in front of other people, they both seemed to be in their own world, focused exclusively on each other. This ability to create a bubble of intimacy even in public spaces is characteristic of their relationship. Their gestures, although they attempted to maintain a certain subtlety, betrayed the intensity of their feelings, exposing a deep connection that is impossible to completely conceal. These kinds of moments demonstrate how their relationship is defined by an authenticity that transcends social conventions. Recently, alarming news has worried everyone. We had barely managed to get measures taken to protect Jungkook, and now someone else has directly threatened Taehyung. This is a very serious matter that we cannot ignore. People's safety is paramount, and when someone like Taehyung, who is part of such a beloved group, is threatened, we must act immediately. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook has always been one of mutual support, and now it's time for their fans to show that same support to protect Taehyung from any harm. We cannot stand idly by while someone threatens to harm a person who is simply dedicated to his work and sharing his talent with the world. We are formally demanding that HYBE and Big Hit Music, along with the authorities, take action. It is their responsibility to ensure Taehyung's safety. This is not a matter of opinion. It is a fundamental right that every person has to be safe. When someone threatens physical violence, that is a crime and must be treated as such. We cannot allow these kinds of threats to become normalized. We must act before something worse happens. The company and the authorities must be aware of the seriousness of this and act proactively to protect Taehyung's life. This goes beyond music or being an artist, it's about protecting a human life. The current situation outrages us, though sadly, it doesn't surprise us. It happened before with Jungkook, and now we see the pattern repeating itself with Taehyung. It's time for things to change. We can't wait for a tragedy to occur before taking action. Protecting our artists shouldn't be a reaction to a terrible event, but a constant and permanent measure. HYB and Big Hit Music must have robust security protocols to protect all their artists, especially when they face direct threats like this. The caring relationship that TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK demonstrate for each other should be the same example we follow to demand their protection. Let's call for action, just as we did when JUNGKOOK was in danger. Let's urge Big Hit Music and the authorities to implement effective security measures for TAEHYUNG. He deserves all the love and respect in the world, but more than anything, he deserves to be safe. We cannot allow individuals who don't act like human beings to try to harm him. Someone who threatens to harm a person known for his pure smile and big heart deserves no justification. These threats are unacceptable and must have legal consequences. TAEHYUNG's safety is as important as anyone else's, and we must demand that it be treated with the same seriousness. Once again, we ask HYBE to provide security and protect our artists. We already requested this for JUNGKOOK, and now we must do it for TAEHYUNG. The company has the resources and the responsibility to act. We cannot allow these threats to remain just words. Concrete actions are needed to demonstrate that TAEHYUNG's life and safety are a priority. This is non-negotiable. The supportive relationship between TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK has shown us how important it is to look out for one another, and now we must look out for them by demanding the protection they need and deserve. Ultimately, it's important to understand that this fight for TAEHYUNG's protection is a fight for the fundamental values of respect and human dignity. Let's do it for TAEHYUNG, because his life and well-being are precious. Let's do it because he deserves all the love and respect in the world. Let's do it because protecting TAEHYUNG is protecting the values we, as a society, must uphold. We cannot allow these acts of violence to go unpunished or become commonplace. It's time to act decisively to ensure that TAEHYUNG can continue his life and work in a safe and secure environment. TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK's safety is now our responsibility. Many people who follow JUNGKOOK and TAEHYUNG have noticed something very particular over time. It's something that, although it may seem small, is very easy to spot: the way they look at each other, seek each other out, and touch each other without even realizing it. It doesn't matter if they're on a TV show or surrounded by a lot of people, their gestures are always the same. It's as if nothing could change the natural way they are with each other. This behavior isn't something they do because they have to or because someone asks them to. It's simply like that, something that comes from them spontaneously and genuinely. In one of the most talked about moments, the special nature of their relationship was clearly on display. TAEHYUNG pulled JUNGKOOK close, leaving very little space between their bodies. While they were this close, TAEHYUNG said the word "pa," which in Korean means kiss. JUNGKOOK's reaction was very quick and revealed something very important. He was surprised, but at the same time, he accepted it with complete ease. This shows how comfortable they are with each other, even when talking about something as personal as a kiss. That moment perfectly illustrates their relationship, where they can express their affection directly, without hesitation, and without feeling awkward. Many people notice how they seek each other out without needing to say a word. Every small movement seems made especially for the other, even though it's actually something spontaneous they don't think about much. That's why every time they appear on television, every moment we see them, every simple interaction between them feels different and special. Because there's no one else who makes them feel this way, nor anyone who understands them in the same way. It's something simple, direct, and very easy to see for anyone who watches them without preconceived notions. What makes their connection so different is that they don't need words to understand each other. Sometimes, with just a look, they already know what the other is thinking or feeling. It's as if they have a secret language that only the two of them know. When they're together, even surrounded by 6 other people, they always seem to find a way to be close to one another. It's not something they do on purpose, their bodies move naturally, seeking that closeness. This strong connection is what draws so many people to them and makes them see that their relationship goes beyond mere friendship. Another fascinating aspect is how they protect each other. If one of them feels sad or uncomfortable, the other is always there to help, even without saying a word. They simply approach, place a hand on the other's shoulder, or offer a small gesture to make them feel better. This mutual protection demonstrates how much they care for one another. They don't need grand gestures or speeches to show their affection because their daily actions already say everything they need to express. Finally, what most captivates many people is how their relationship has grown over time. It's not something that appeared suddenly, but rather something that has been built day by day, year after year. Every shared moment, every trip, every performance on stage, all of it has made their connection stronger and stronger. That's why, when we see them now, we can see the comfort they have with each other, the trust that only comes with time. It's a genuine relationship, without pretense, that shows itself as it is, regardless of who's watching.